25 ended so well, and now 26 is this bad start. So how would you explain from your perspective?
Yeah, we weren't ready to play. Drop of the puck.
In that, when they go down, when you guys go down 3-0, a lot of it seemed like just sorting out the defense on the counterattack. Just what was the struggle with that in the first period?
Yeah, I think you look at some of those goals, we were just a little out of structure. We don't make the right play with the puck to start. First shift we give up a pizza right up the middle, and it's a grade A scoring chance. And from there on out, it felt like we were on our heels.
You look at just the veteran of this team, the respect that they had. What can you take away from how they, they went over and over. They had rounds of, breaking you guys down.
Yeah, it's a competitive team. That's probably up there with one of the best teams we've seen this year, as far as how they play, how they compete, how competitive they are up and down their lineup. He's obviously done a really good job of building a culture there and what the expectation is and how you need to play, and we're obviously not there yet.
From a culture perspective, obviously Eklund steps up twice when Matt gets it. What do you think of the second one that it did ultimately lead to a penalty against the power play? What do you think of that one?
Yeah, we stuck up for each other and stuck up for Mac, and we'll do that. I don't see that being an issue.
So with a disappointing game like this, do you take time to look at what Regenda did with the hat trick?
Obviously, you go to the net, you score goals. That's the positive of it. So good for him to get a hat trick, but we got a lot to work on.
With the slow starts, it's happened a couple times this year, most recently Vegas. Is it frustrating the lessons aren't being learned, or is it just a matter of time and experience for a lot of these guys?
I think a little bit of both. I think there's times where, we do start on time, we have good energy, we play the right way, and there's times where we don't. We got to figure the reasons out why that happens. A lot of it's self-inflicting with our puck play is really what it comes down to.
A lot of their plays early on, it seemed like they created something out of nothing with those short passes in the crease. What do you think prevented, the D's were in the position, everybody was checking back, but how they got those little passes across in the net?
They're really good players. They make Kucherov and Point are two of the best players at making plays in tight. We do need to work on, pucks go through us a lot with our D, and we got to do a better job of getting that, detail, cleaned up here a little bit.
Any update on Maduro?
No, not yet.
Did you see what happened, or is it just the same thing he's
No,
been doing?
I haven't talked to the trainers yet.
Two of those three goals to start off with were kind of similar in the sense that there's a player of yours trying to make a play in offensive zone, there's a turnover. Is that more a question of you got to execute that play, or you shouldn't try to play like the plays that were tried there? That led to turnovers and the odd-man rushes.
Yeah, there's times you got to be able to make plays, and there's times where we want to play behind teams and play below the top of the circles, and there's times you got to execute. So we'll look at it and fix it.
Last time you guys pulled a Yarrow there, we talked in Vegas. You said it was disappointing because you guys just aren't giving him a chance to play a whole game. So is this the same kind of thing today, where just didn't give him a chance so they can beat?
I don't know. I think there's some goals there he probably wants back. I think the second one would be one of them. Askey's been playing some pretty good hockey. Again, we forget that he's still developing as a goalie in this league and to be a number one, and this is probably a learning moment for himself.